Guys, welcome to Wednesday. Not just any Wednesday, but if you noticed by that number, we have not only reached yesterday it was at $15,001. In less than 24 hours, it's gone up by another $430. So, a big congratulations to everybody that's been involved in this. Even though John Solar, get together with John later on. Even though the goal has been met, I'm not just ending the AR-10 giveaway. I know there's a whole bunch of people that, like always, like the last, like 8 months wasn't enough for you to get the shit in on time. So I'm gonna don't quote me on this. This isn't set in stone, but I'm feeling something like ending this next Sunday. Gives everybody a little over a week plus to get this nailed down. That, and of course, you guys are the first ones seeing this. There'll be a over on the ebomey side, and Mr. Holster, I know you'll have to cut me some slack on this. After all, for Justin, and you understand. So yes, but just quickly, giving credit where credit is due, and unfortunately, I can't answer the who question. Let's see, we had a $20 donation, a $10, another donation from Foomaster Chew 12. Brian McCown donated $400. But this is the one. Someone wishing to remain anonymous donated $2,569. To push it $1 over the goal. And there was, of course, the big thank you for helping us push over the goal, sending a family to the retreat. But the person commented back, "You're welcome. Watching all these videos has been a wonderful way to see the passion of so many for such a great person." That person. I wanted to see the goal reached for all of the YouTube gun community, but mostly for those who will benefit from all of this. Love the AR-10 build, badass. So many doing so much. The American way. Well, I wish I know who this person was, even if it wasn't to, tell you guys, but to personally thank this individual. Not to mention, they're staying anonymous. So that person could have had what? 250 plus entries. 200 and shy of like 270 chances of winning the rifle. I mean, that would have been one way to pull it off. I know a few people have been going in full guns because they really, really want it, like, say, Hornet Fixer. So, okay. Enough of that. Back to that. Okay. What are we looking at? Well, we're looking at something from North Coast Brewing, out of California, California. This was one of a couple that were recommended to me by Andy over at the Keyport. This is a Berliner Weisse tart cherry beer, product of the USA. And the bottle cap looks something like that for North Coast. And I've had beer from them before. Well, you know what? Since it's the AR-10, we'll just go with the AR-5 opener. It's 2 in a row. Just can't hang on to a bottle cap. Okay, let's take a little look at this. Tart cherry. See, that was just saying both words at the same time. Tart cherry beer. And it looks like cherry juice. I don't actually smell cherry. I smell beer. It smells like a typical domestic Pilsner. So, cheers, guys. Wow. I see why Andy likes it. It's seriously, if I just had this in a glass and you couldn't see that it was an unusual color, I don't think you'd ever guess that it was a fruity beer. It's not super sweet, and it's also not super tart. But while you're drinking it, right up front, you get a nice natural cherry flavor. A little bit of just like a sweet cherry at first. Bet you that was a sweet cherry. Sweet cherry at first, and then a little bit of a tart bitterness. Not really much. Then it just kind of leaves you with that like corn syrup like sweetness that pretty much most domestic Pilsners would have. Okay, let's get through these comments. It is like 75 degrees outside. The sun is out, and I have a cigar just yelling to be put in my mouth. Oh, also before I get to the, I got a package in the mail. What does that look like? Yeah, it's like this. I don't know if the camera really doesn't pick it up, but it's not black, because if you compare it with the belt clip, it's like this soft, almost metallic blue color. Of course, this is a Armory Channel Armor Guard holster that Pete made me for the FN. And you know, Pete never watches any videos over here, so I can say what I want about his wop ass. Pete, first of all, I agree with a whole bunch of you guys. Pete needs to just go back to old school, the way he used to do videos. Maybe, you know, I know he doesn't have the time to do them all the time, but, you know, again, it's like interesting. It's interesting if you're, say, Smile Money, and you can watch a Pete video and know what's available over at Double Action, then mosey on over and pick something up. But the rest of us, I guess I could pick up the phone and I could have Pete send something to my FFL, so I realize that the internet's out there. But I don't really give a fuck about watching Pete aim a camera at the display. I miss the old Pete videos, even some shooting videos. Where are the shooting videos? And I know he's really busy, and this is one of the reasons that he is extremely busy. He called me and said, "Okay, asshole, you know, it's like, you know, gave me some choices on some material, and not that I didn't originally want this one, but my first choice was this really it was really cool. It had a knight. There was like a knight in white and a knight in red, and it was like standing in front of a big sword like this. And Pete tried to make one, and he said no matter what he did, it came out looking stupid because of because they printed the knight in the middle of the sheet. He had no choice but to put the knight. Basically, said it made the knight look like he had a dick the length of the holster. I mean, if they would have printed the knight off to the side, so he'd have been right here. But I don't know. Maybe why they would stick it right down the middle, I don't know. The only thing Pete didn't like about this is it's a thinner material than any of the rest of the holsters that he has made for me. And I was just like, man, I like the way it looks. I'm pretty sure the gun is gonna stay in it. So, and again, he's blended off all of the edges. I mean, it's just Pete just, and I think this is the first one from him that would be the vacuum process versus the older style. I appreciate it because I will be carrying this gun. Haven't done a video since Jay sent me a bunch of videos. He basically pulled the gun out, turned the camera on, started shooting it, and had fail after fail after fail. Think that maybe one of the problems is when you press on the mag release, part of what used to be the magazine disconnect, and a lot of people, you can just take out a bar and the magazine disconnect no longer functions. But part of that bar is also what springs, and pushes the mag out. It's like, the difference between that would not happen if that bar was gone. Well, he said the very end of the bar looked like something must have caught it and it bent it, and it was putting an unusual amount of pressure pushing back down on the mag. But he took it all apart, double checked the bar, the way that the mag release was catching, the spring tension, went through everything on it, and kind of came to the same conclusion that I came to, that for some reason there's some kind of an issue with the fully dipped mags. So, but it looks like, please God of really cool handguns, make this be the last time that Jay at Elite Ammunition has to see it because it's not functioning. Maybe some kind of an upgrade, but not because it's not functioning. This is very tasty. This is the kind of thing you could probably definitely sit and drink all day long. Does not say on the bottle, but my guess is that this is not even 4%, which is a shame. But don't worry, we can improvise. First was Joey Cuz. Second was Bulwark 1911. My hat's off to all who serve. Cheers and thank you. Oh, and my excuse for yesterday is I had this taken care of, and B, I went in search of an SKS, and I have not gotten a return phone call from my buddy Matt, which I guessed. Ouch. My little buddy Greg, we were unloading on a job that we're starting, even though we haven't finished the last one or even the one before that. But we were unloading 300 square feet of tile, and he pulled a box off the top of the pile, and it snagged. These are they're 5 inches by 24, and it snagged the box below it, and it tumbled off the pile and landed on his big toe. And his toe has been progressively getting uglier and uglier as the day has gone on, and that was an update photo. You don't want to see it. Oh, so I go up to Fisherman's Corner, a place where I normally make most of my purchases that aren't done online, and I went up there, which is kind of a drive for me from this location. I used to live 1 minute away from them, and now I live about 25 minutes away from them. But having my haircut chick, her place is halfway in between the two. But I knew that they had a couple. They told me they had 2 in stock. One was in both very used. One was in a synthetic stock, and I think, but they were both Norenkos. One was in a synthetic stock, and they wanted $450 for it. And the other one was a typical Norenko. It was missing the bayonet. It was not a looker. And they wanted $399 for that. And unfortunately, the gentleman that was working up there last night is like the manager of the gun department and not like Scotty, the owner. And I said, so in order to sell this rifle tonight, what's the most you're going to move on it for me? And this is a guy that probably doesn't like me too much because I have flat out emailed the owner and said that the crabby prick that you have working up there is costing your company money. Nobody, I mean, he looks like he's eating a dog shit all of the time. You ask him a question, I mean, I've never seen the guy with a smile on his face, but he said he was willing to take $20 off for me, and I said, yeah, I'll see you later. I am not going to, I guess one way or the other, I hope I don't end up with that one. I mean, a few of you, well, a bunch of you keep sending me links, and I think it was the latest one I got from the Crazy Scotsman. I need a fucking SKS. I don't know how to sugarcoat it. I'm not telling someone to send me one so that I can do this project, but when I bought my Mosin Nagant, I could have bought this rifle for $99. These were $99 all day long up at Dunham Sports. $89 for a Mosin, $99 for an SKS, and $139 for an AK-47. $400 fucking dollars for a beat to fuck SKS? Suck my shaft. I just... Wow. Thank you, Obama, for what you have done to this country. Let's just all go to, let's just all go hang out in Chicago so we can feel safe in the largest outdoor shooting range in the world. What was it, 38, 40-something people got shot over Memorial Weekend? Good job, snowflake, libtard, douchebag Democrats. Boy, what would it be like if the whole country went the way of the libtard? Moving on. Ed was 3rd. J-Dog, 6th here. More like 4th, but whatever. John Solar, 5th. Ben N, top 10, Murica. J-Dog. J-Dog has a 700 action project. Sweet. Mario, Mosen, 10th. Gillian, 426. Here, my friend. Cheers. 3rd thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you, Gillian. Johnny Concho, first double thumbs. Cheers, everyone. Zeus, your watch is some Dick Tracy shit, eh? Yes, it is. I like this. There's things about this one that I don't like. Probably one that's the biggest pain in the ass is you know, it's set up so that if you tilt it up to look at it, it turns on. And if you notice, it's doing it just fine now that I don't give a fuck what time it is. But if I really wanted to know, I'd be like, but it works just fine now. Other than that, that's about it. Like I said, if I wanted to, I could leave this at home, and I would get everything on here. And you know, like same with you know, it's like, say one of you text me right now, I can bring it up. Actually, somebody I don't care how many steps I've had. Yeah, that's a messenger message. Oh yeah. Either way, it does everything a phone does. It's just a little bit more awkward to do it because, you know, it doesn't actually have a you know, like a keyboard. You know, it kind of makes you want to do a voice to text or select predetermined things that you can. Like if your typical response is, I'm busy, go choke your chicken, then you can have that as an automatic response and you just select it and hit send. But I can make and take phone calls from it. Ed, great brew review and gun porn, you big tease. The Real Cold Burnout, I have a Galaxy 7 Edge and I 100% agree with the phone getting worse with every update. That's right. You know, I don't know if you can go find videos on this, but if you're one of these phone companies and that's your scam, you know, we just introduced the Galaxy 8. So let's put an update out that slows down the 7. And I swear, they can say what they want. I swear they do it. J-Dog, grow lights. I have a little set, but you know, you really want to put some lighting out. You know, I have access to some of those big mercury vapor ones that a lot of the people that grow large quantities of stuff use, and I can tell you right now, you'll probably get a visit by the police wondering, because they'll have reported you because your electric bill will double. My buddy Greg was growing some stuff. He was preparing for his garden. He's like big into flowers and shit like that. There was a time where he might have been growing something more questionable, so maybe that's why he has these lights. But he has 2 of them, and he decided to fire one up and put all of his flowers for the outdoor garden under it, and I think he has a room coated in aluminum foil too, which also goes back to a different time period in his life. And his electric bill went up by $75 just for having that one light on. So I also have to put that in the perspective. Zeus, lay away any guns before? Oh hell yeah, Zeus. But here's the thing. When I was buying a lot of shit from Fisherman's Corner, Scotty the owner, they had how they treated all of the rest of their customers and how they treated me. At the time, I think layaway was 9 months, and for me it was as long as I was making payments. But to be honest, you know, you walk in there, you slap $100 down on a pistol, and you're like, okay, you know, I'll try my best to get this paid off in 90 days. Like 3 days later, I swear to God, I don't think I ever had a layaway that went for more than a week. Yeah. Yeah. J-Dog, Samsung updates can kiss my ass. Oh, so there's someone else that feels the way I do. I don't know what you're talking about, Ed. JR10, what flag? I have no idea what you're talking about. J-Dog, red, white, and blue thong. Stephen Bush, damn, the Dakota watch looks badass. I like my Dakota watch. That was a gift from Christine. I don't know if I. Oh no, I didn't bring it. I didn't bring it back upstairs. Yeah, I have to admit, when I went to have a battery put in this. Yeah, how about another flyby just for Stephen Bush? I went up to have another battery put in it, and I noticed they had a whole bunch more styles that I really like. But overall, my favorite is definitely Invicta. They just make some badass watches. And without breaking the bank, I don't know where some of you shop, but let me tell you, I can guarantee you could show me a $600 and something Bulova, and I can get that on its way to you for under $300. Invicta, average is around $100. Stephen Bush again. I'd knock a filling out of her mouth. Stephen Bush again. I've considered carrying a neck knife, but afraid I'd pull my chest hair out. Well, there's, in a stressful moment, you won't even notice until you go to take your shirt off and there's a big clean patch. Wade, Big Redneck Papa. If you mix some butter with your kale, it makes it easier to scrape the shit into the garbage. That's your secret, huh? Aunt Keck, thank you for more sexy patriotism. Thumbs up to you too, my friend. Mr. Holster, 211, you're slipping. Aunt Keck, again, I tried the Carolina Grim Reaper Magnum Hot Sauce. Over 6 million Scovilles. I put 2 tablespoons of it on my burger, which instantly confirmed how much of a moron I am. Oh my God. I probably don't need to tell you this anymore, but some of those hot sauce are kind of more or less made for cooking. Oh my God. I can't even imagine what it was. I'd love to see the look on your face, because I can tell you, I like spice. I like spice on everything. I sent out to the deplorables now. It used to be the crazy fuckers. Last night, I could have had soup, or I could have had a kale and something salad, it cooked in butter, Wade. But I decided just to go off the path a little bit, and I made my own juice, and God, it was actually a lot better than I thought. I'm definitely going to keep this in my own regiment. 3 tomatoes, 3 carrots, 3 big handfuls of spinach, and 1 serrano pepper, crushed sea salt, and it was that color. And It was pretty good. It was definitely pretty good. But then again, trust me, when when you're at day 15 of a juice diet, and you start thinking about how good a dinner salad would be. Aunt Keck, love the channel, great beer review, sexy patriot babes and firearms. God bless America. God, cheers. Oh, gotta pick up the pace again. Mr. Holster, wow, drinking and smoking in high school, that explains so much. Smile Money, McDonald's and others will need to go more automated. The economy is already headed in a positive direction, and the cheap, illegal manpower from border jumpers has slowed. The Democrats' dream that rehabilitated criminals are now finding job opportunities has begun. Employers just cannot find bodies to fill vacancies. Sharky762, Day 10 on the juice trail. Good job. Just a few more days to go. Hang in there. Actually, she's seen the positive repercussions, and I don't think she's gonna. There's no way either one of us are gonna stick with juice for 3 meals. Fuck that. That's all I have to say. But learning what we've learned, just planning your meals out, planning good meals, and cooking with a lot of fresh vegetables. There's farmers markets popping up all over the place. So, and I know Greg has a friend that, you know, it's you pay something like $50 a year, and you're into a group, and then you can just like, you know, you show up once a week with a big bin, and you get like all sorts of stuff at or maybe it was like a month, something like $50 a month, and you're able to get large quantities of fresh, like locally grown stuff. So that's also something I want to look into. Crazy Scotsman, Samsung Ploy for sure. I have the 7, and it's the same shit as fine the first month, and updates, all shit went slow as fuck, and the issues after issues. Absolutely. Stephen Bush on the free speech. The emojis are symbolizing that I was whacking off. That's great. That's awesome. Steve again on the free speech. Oh, I missed a few days of reviews. I was doing stuff. Muzzle First, nice brew review, sir. Congratulations on the weight loss. Yeah, I know I'm gonna hit my goal. Plan on buying myself something as a treat too. I know, thinking what gun's he gonna get, or maybe even a nice knife. Nope, I want to get myself a box of either Cohibas or a box of Macanudo, maybe the Hyde Park Cafes. That Thompson Cigar Company that Mr. Holster hooked the Real Cobra Burnout with, because Real Cobra Burnout got me cigars for my birthday. Their catalog shows that what is normally 200 and something bucks, I could get the Macanudos for 146. So I talked to a local guy, and he's like, dude, I'd like to keep the money local. How come I can buy it online for $50 less than what you'll give me for? Joey Cuz, wow, you are running out of brew chicks that you need to double dip on her. What? Well, you know, it was a holiday thing. Well, she is wearing a flag, so it's appropriate for today. You get a pass on this one. Okay, thanks. See, what the problem is, Joey, I'll be honest, and I've made this comment before. If you see the magnitude, which you actually have, so you should know better, of possible, well, some days of the, say, 25 or 50 that I get from Brad, only one of them is ever going to see the light of a brew review. After intense scrutiny and pounding my brain, I came to the conclusion that there's just no way I can use some of these pictures from Brad. Just not possible. But the problem is it started off as one folder, Brew Chicks, and then it was Brew Chicks. In the Brew Chicks folder, there's Flag Girls, Brew Girls, Gun Girls, and Just Girls. I made a comment before, and what I should have done is, if I used this one, put it into a folder so I could go through all of the rest of them. But you know, sometimes it's just a thing. You know, I can spend an hour. You know, punching through all these folders and towards the end I come up with a stroke of genius, and then, you know, find one like this one actually, which is a fairly recent one from Brad. Okay, moving on. Ed, you line up nicely with her boob right in your mouth. Laugh out loud. Great job. Cheers. Thanks, Ed. Sharky762, the 5906 must be the better shooter than the G19. Must be. Please tell me it is. Absolutely. And I'm not saying that a 5906 inherently is a better shooting gun than a Glock. I'm not gonna go there. I mean, in my brain, it is, because it's a Smith & Wesson, and it's not a Glock. I mean, trust me, some people get so furious when you say this. But I'm gonna be 100% right. Fourth, with right on, no sugarcoating. The fucking Glock is an ugly ass gun. I mean, why do you think I want to fix up my G20? It shoots 10mm. It's a 10mm pistol. Thank you. Any 10mm is worth owning. I did sell one, but I'd get like the stainless version of the one that I had, the Tanfoglia. You know, just because it's based on the CZ platform. But bottom line is, a Glock is just a workhorse. It does what it's supposed to do every time you squeeze the trigger. But for me, and like I said, it has been the EDC gun. I don't know if it's the ergonomics. I don't know if it certainly doesn't have. I can tell you right now, after the work that I have done on the G19 has a better trigger in it than this does. This has not had a trigger job on it. If this had the same trigger in it as my 1006, oof, that'd be great. But then again, this is a carry gun. This is a high stress gun. Everything changes when you are under stress. They interview people, you know, who. I mean, this is why you're told not to speak to the cops. I'm not going to talk to you. Not going to talk to you. Get an attorney, do whatever, clear your head, think about it. Don't blah, blah, blah the night that it happens, because your adrenaline is racing. They interview people all the time. How many times did you squeeze the trigger? Oh, I think I shot at him one time. You know, well, your gun holds 9 rounds and it's empty. But for me, this gun is accurate. I shoot this gun better than a 1911. But then again, I can honestly say, even after all of the years, I suppose it's coming up on it equal. I've put more rounds through. I've put more rounds through my Kimber, but I've probably put more trying through the 5906, knowing it is a gun that the shot will matter. I've tried more, but I don't know. Like I said, a gong at 75 yards or 100 yards, I can hit it. I can hit it for me a surprising amount of time for something at that distance. Sharky, shooting over here in Holland are mostly target shooting, not practical shooting. With my friends, 686 on a good day, I'll shoot a 1-inch group at 25 meters. That's single action only, and I do take my time. Still, good shot placement. Sharky, hey, I have a sliding knife like that too. You're a master with your thumb right there. Neck knife I wear at times is an Mora Companion. Does print a bit between my man boobs, but that's okay. I'm more a pocket knife kind of guy. My EDC for the past couple of years has been a Leatherman E33B. Sadly, it's no longer in production, but great steel, 154 centimeters, and it has a bit driver and most importantly a bottle opener. It's too loud. You're too old. Nice A9. Nice a 9. Yeah, I gave that a 9. Cheers, brother. Cheers to you, my friend. Many more comments. Holy shit, are you kidding me? Sometimes I think we need to implement the 1 comment rule. Josh. Crazy Scotsman. Hang on, let's just get this out of the way because I'm going to need to reload. Take some time. In large bold print, I see cock in Josh's comment. Can't wait. Okay. A Berliner Weisse tart chart. See, I did it again. It's just a chart beer. Would you like to try a chart beer? A tart cherry beer. They're out of California. I'm thinking there's no alcohol in here. If it's 4%, I'd be shocked. So, on the E scale, well, it loses a shit ton of credibility with me for being so low on the alcohol. Now, if you're just looking for a change of pace, I mean, this is not a wine cooler. This is definitely a cherry-flavored beer, but done very well. Not as well as the cherry ESB from Bent Paddle Limited. Oh, I hope they make that one. I hope they were going off of let's make some shit and get some feedback. But on the E scale, as far as like a lawnmower beer, or you want to drink it all night long, of course, at the price point, I wouldn't exactly go all night. But I'd just because of the natural flavor and the very drinkable, I'd give it an 8. But that is a very high score for something that I believe has no damn alcohol in it. What should we look at tomorrow? And then what should I look at while we look at the rest of the damn comments? Wow, there's a lot of shit in here that I can't drink. Oh, but I can drink this. Sorry. Thursday. Barium Red. Looked at some other stuff from them. It was such a cute little bottle, and because it has the foil, we know it's gonna be goddamn good. It's 8% by volume, so I believe it's double whatever we just had there. Brewed and bottled in the Hygren Brewery and Melgent, Berlin. And it has a little pink elephant on it. So let's take a look at this one tomorrow. But like I said, we know it's going to be good just because it has foil. That's really all you need to do. You just need to foil up. Doppelbock. Yeah, the way this pours and all, I was honestly shocked at the mouthfeel. I think this is something JR10 would like. Okay, we gotta rattle through this shit. I'm already longer than I said I was gonna be, and I want to smoke a cigar. Josh, what the fuck is wrong with the brew chick? Is she abusing the flag? She needs to abuse my... Amen. Josh, I gotta ask, how are ball movements with the juicing? Any blowouts? Boom? Well, Josh, I think I've made the comment, when you're juicing, never trust a fart. Let's just say that my amount of time needed to spend in the bathroom has, you know, there was a time where I might have left a novel in there, and there's other times where I might have had a Guns and Ammo magazine, and then there's times where I might just check a comment or two on YouTube. Well, now it's almost not even worth taking your pants off. I mean, you're really in there that short. Josh, again. I'm with you on the phone problem. Same experience with my 7 Edge. Fucking ghost, fucking gay. You know, I wish we could put a voice to the bullshit. It's like, seriously, is it just a coincidence, Samsung? Or is it that with every update of your flagship... Oh, it's no longer the flagship phone. Oh, yeah, that's right, there's a new one out. With every update for the one phone back, let's slow that bitch down so those fuckers are going to want to buy the next one. You know what? I don't remember this problem with HTC. And my backup phone is actually 2 phones back, because the phone that I had before the one that I'm using now, I gave to Zeus. This is 2 phones back. I still say that this phone is at least right now as fast, if not faster, than my 7 Edge. I read some reviews on the HTC M11, and it just seemed like not enough improvements were made over the M10. This is the M9. But I'm pretty sure, if you're listening from Samsung, I hate to say this and then turn around and end up with one. It depends on what HTC releases. I want an HTC phone over a Samsung for my next phone. I've done two Samsungs in a row, and I feel the same way. It was awesome when it was new, and by the time you were on your second update, I just wanted to stab it with a knife. This one pisses me off. I'm not going to read all the comments involved with this one. Josh, I think I will go with the LG V20. I have not had an LG phone since a flip, so I can't tell you. I'd be happy to entertain options. The problem is they sell so many of, say, Samsung, and then right behind that would be LG. I mean, at one point in time, I was a BlackBerry and BlackBerry only guy. Now, not a chance. Josh, again, nice looking Invictas. Thank you. I love Invictas. Josh, the Bastion knife with the liberal tear stains and ebomey ball sweat has to be worth something, right? Jonathan, hats off to Bells. Concentrator. Is a solid brew, just like the rest of their lineup. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, Jonathan. Jonathan again. If the Berliner Weiss is like others, it's only around 4 to 4.5%. Drink up. I don't think... Shit, man. I don't think that was even 4%. Mr. Holster. Dang, got busy fencing and forgot to come back and see the end before cocktail hour. DFC. The beer chick is quite fetching. Good work, E. Thank you, my friend. And I might be in need of a few of your guys' help. Absolutely want Eric C here. DFC. I gotta check my phone. Dude, I know I made this comment. Again, fuck you, Samsung, or whatever's going on. Whole bunch of you have disappeared from my phone. And I've had to and I don't even know who's all missing. I don't know who's missing until you text me, and all I have is a number, and I have to take a guess. DFC, I'll have to check to see if you are in there. But I'd really like, when we do the giveaway, I want to make sure that we have multiple cameras and maybe do Facebook Live so I don't get some scrotum tugger like always. What's one thing I hear more than anything, and some of you who have mumbled it should fucking know better. You know, don't even bother entering one of Eric's giveaways because they're all fucking rigged. He just makes it so that he gives them to his friends. Fuck you. Fuck all the way. I was doing my best Jim right there. No, seriously, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself until you're done fucking yourself. I'm so fucking tired of hearing that comment. You know, first of all, I would go down the line. Tara Farley. First of all, where's Tara? Has Tara put up a video of even shooting that rifle since she won it? Didn't know who the fuck she was. Didn't know who John Solar was until he won. Thank God, though. Thank God, though. Because John Solar is part of my family and one of my best friends and somebody I talk to daily. Yeah, I know. Get me riled up. That is the one thing that if someone is listening, one of you snowflake fuckstains who think that any of this shit is rigged, set up, or whatever, we already knew who is going to be the winner. Well, you must be fucking psychic. Guess what I'm thinking right now about you? Oh, you are psychic. Fuck them. So sorry, I digress. Fuck you. Not you, them. Need to get together with Eric C, DFC, and J-Dog, and when we actually do the drawing. Like I said, I want multiple cameras, maybe do the Facebook Live thing. I mean, again, I know some of you might, in your little tiny snowflake brains, might have a hard time understanding this. I don't give a fuck. Well, that's a lie. I do give a fuck who wins. I hope it is one of my friends, because I know some of the guys that have been playing their ass off to get this. You know, I don't want to mention any names, but, you know, Jim, Ammo Head, obviously Brian McCown's in deep. Some of these guys have just been throwing money. I know. And I know, because I know you guys would like fucking slap me if you're here. You're doing it. You're doing it for active heroes, for Justin, for veteran suicides, and doing everything we can, everything in our power to stop it. I know that's what it's about, but I know some of you want that rifle very badly. I would love that rifle very badly. I always build people rifles. How come nobody builds me one? But honestly, I as long as it's loved and used, I don't care. I don't care who wins. The whole implying that why even bother entering because it's like predetermined, go fuck yourself. Do this. The AR-15 and the AR-10 were all about him and what he fought for with the last days of his life. God, if I ever get a program where, without a doubt, I could drive to the person's fucking house that made a comment like that, I would. I'd bring Hazman 440 with me, and we would fucking just, like, start by doing donuts in your front yard with a monster truck. And then the shit would get ugly. Josh, bouncing at your uncle's strip club. That's awesome, you lucky bastard. Joey Cuz, I know you call me a prick cause you care. Fuck off, Joey. The Crazy Scotsman, of course I had the 5 previous to that, and some shit till it stopped. Working, they are part of the libtard snowflake cunt nation. Crazy Scotsman again. Anytime I teach someone, it is 7 yards or less, and progressively move out once they understand sight, picture, and control. I also limit them to 5 rounds till they have good trigger control and discipline. Other method I use when teaching is the revolver, as my Smith & Wesson 60 has the rear notch, so no rear sights. Teaches the person to focus on the front sight and not to worry as much about perfect center alignment with the front and rear sight every time, as it causes issues for first-time shooters. Absolutely. Crazy Scotsman again with the last comment. I'm going to hit the refresh button and double check this shit because it's now a fucking hour again. Support the troops, both active and retired. Fuck you, snowflake cunts. Kiss my ass, you unsupportive fuckstains. Waste of good fucking air provided by free Americans and soldiers. Wow, there's a lot of fucks that went down in this review. Oh! And outsourced by Mr. Holster. Wow, missed the review today. Oh, the Crazy Scotsman, you got Holster fucked. Okay, recap again. Those are nice. I think I closed it. Can't go back there. Sorry. No, I can go back there. $15,431. Let's hit the refresh button and just see what happens here. Okay. Sorry, did I say 14? $15,431. And of that money, that was 198 donations. That almost tells a few things right there. Under 200 donations to get to $15,431. All these people, you want to go through this and look. Stalker Steve, he has made a buttload of donations. Oh, I see one from J-Dog and the Real Cobra Burnout. All you guys. Hats off. Amen. I appreciate everybody that has gotten involved. I mean, we're not done. I plan on. Christine wanted the girls' build to be involved in this, so I'm just going to leave it as a thank you, everybody. How appropriate on Memorial Weekend that that it's closed out. Justin, my friend. So yeah, let's look at a pink elephant tomorrow, and I'm gonna slip outside and smoke myself a big ass cigar. And again, thanks to Pete at the Armory Channel, who won't see this shit anyway, for making me another awesome holster. If I live closer to Pete, I would just bring over an envelope full of cash and every one of the guns that I carry, which pretty much every one of my guns. I mean, shit, I'd carry the Blackhawk if right now it does work in the holster that I got from Ed, and that holster is now wearable, but still working on it. So cheers, guys, and again, thank you everybody, and we will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. At least at a bare minimum, I have to get an ebomey video up tomorrow to close this all up. Give everybody this is it. The clock is now officially running. So cheers, guys.